Man, that's like magic. Way to be on it. Thank you. All right. I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. We're going to talk about customer service. Now, I want to start this before I even dive into anything by shouting out the ladies who put it out there and went live in my last minute challenge. You should be so proud of yourself for showing up for yourself. Even if it looks messy, messy is still success. Okay. Because you still made the choice to show up for your success. And I am really proud of you. Okay. So check your emails because it's just going to go straight from Amazon to your emails. If you haven't gotten it yet, I'll do it after these calls. Okay, so let's talk about customer service. I thought it was really important to touch on this in the beginning of the month because the end of the month was freaking bananas explosion of all the people. It's been so much fun. And one thing that's really important to Plexus is while recruiting is very important, it's even more important to keep those customers and make sure that they're happy. Now, is everyone going to stay with us? Absolutely not. There are so many people who are going to say yes, and then we can do everything right. But if it's not the right time for them to start their journey, they're going to find a reason to quit. And that's okay. We bless and release, and that's fine. But these are the tasks that we can do so that we know that we did the best that we could. All we can do is show up and do the task. How people respond to it is totally up to them. That is a clear depiction of their T line, of their thoughts, not of our actions. Okay. So with all of that in mind, I have 5 things that I'm going to tell you. I highly recommend that you write them down. I had every intention of asking Jackie to make a graphic for us, and I did not do that. But hey, Jack, maybe you could make a graphic for us. So I will say there is another graphic that is already around that we've shared with some of you. I just simplified it. Because everything on that graphic is very detailed, is correct and true. But I wanted to make it easier because that's how I am. Like I am, if it is not easy, it is not for me. I need it to be in the simplest form or else I forget and then I feel frustrated. So I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. Okay, everyone ready? Step 1. When you sign someone up, the first thing that you do is add them to the team page. Now we have a couple that you can choose from. I always recommend Life to the Full on Facebook. I recommend Health and Happiness Village on Facebook. And then our team has our own Instagram account called Life Ignited that also posts all of the wonderful information that we put on our Facebook page, but it's for those people who don't follow along on Facebook. It's an Instagram version of that. You want to make sure they're following that account so they can get connected and still get all of that information. Once you add them to that page, you want to post a shout out post. It is a welcome. We are a lively, exciting, welcoming group. And I want them to feel that from the moment they get started. And so you don't have to shout them out on every single page. Just the Life to the Full page, that's like our main team page. Just one shout out is totally fine. I want you to understand the why behind this, okay? Our community sets us apart. Last week, when Allie shared my notes, because I couldn't do it, she told us that 60% of sales are going towards the individual. They're leaving the big company. They don't want that anymore. They want individualized service. Our community is what is bringing that individualized service. It sets us apart. And even more than setting us apart from big box companies, how uplifting, positive, spiritual that Plexus brings to the table, especially in our downline or our upline, it sets us apart. People need to feel that. They need to get plugged in the community. They're not going to know anything about us if we don't even give them a taste of what that looks like. So in addition to them feeling the community aspect, good information is posted there. Allie and Amber post content there all the time. And you can also use that to streamline information for your ambassador or your VIP customers. So let's say you want to streamline and remind everyone that they have perks and you want to just give them a little reminder, you can tag them all in the post. So it makes it easier for you to communicate with them. You can reference it so that it's not just you making up stuff. It's a really valuable tool that we need to be using. So that is something, first thing, add them to the team page, do a welcome post for them. Step 2, get them in a group chat with your upline. All right. So for most people on here, that's going to be Allie, me, or Jackie. You guys know that you can always reach out to us if you're like, I don't know if they're really going to like you. I need you then to talk to this person. We will make it happen. The reason we need you to get people connected to us is because it allows another layer of support. It is third-party validation, all right, that people need to know and hear. It helps you do better, and it helps your customer do better. So now when I have someone that puts me in a group chat, usually what that looks like is I'm going to say, hey, so happy to get connected with you. Here's a little piece of my story. Tell me what goals you're working on, because I want to know how I can better support them. That doesn't mean that I'm checking up on them every single week. It doesn't mean that I'm doing your job for you. What that means is if they have something come up, if they have a tough question, if you're like, I don't really know how to troubleshoot that, I'm right there. Or Jackie's right there, Allie's right there. And all you have to do is be like, go answer that text message because I don't know what the heck they're talking about. It's going to help you learn more, and it's going to support people better. I have been doing this for 4 years, okay? I have built not only a very large organization, but something that I am really proud of is my retention rate. Because when I hit it, I stick with it because people are happy and people stay. And that's because I've learned from my upline, I've learned and educated myself. So I want to pass that knowledge on to you. The best way to do that is hands-on experience in those group chats. Okay, step 3. Do a welcome call when their products arrive. This should be with whoever they're in a group chat with. Do a welcome call with them. Now, in my opinion, this is the most important step to implement because it kind of brings in everything. It brings in the knowledge, it brings in the community, and it makes sure that customers have all the knowledge and tools that they need to be successful in getting started on their product. If someone is happy in their first month, they are going to be happy return customers. They're going to want to order again. And even if they have bumps in the road, if they maybe are not having the best experience, by having that welcome call, it connects us so they feel more comfortable to ask, to say, you know what? I'm not really regular today, or, oh, that made me really bloated. Can I ask you questions about it? Because the connection has already been made. Now, I know for me, when I order products from another company, I get the box, I get excited, and I want to just start using them. So we don't want to slow people down by saying, oh, no, wait, I have to schedule and they're not available until next Thursday. And you got, no. Okay, if you need to handle it on your own, handle it on your own. We reschedule with all of us together. Because I mean, if I just had my pink drink sitting there and I felt like I wasn't allowed to drink it, that would be super sad, right? But I also don't want someone, I actually just had someone do this the other day, and because we were in a group chat, I was able to pinpoint it, is someone drank their hunger control in like 20 minutes and then threw up. Why? Because hunger control has fiber that expands in your stomach, so you're supposed to sip it over an hour. Now, if I wasn't in that group chat, if I didn't already do the welcome call with her, I wouldn't have known what she had done. But because of it, the person who signed them up were able to be like, go handle that, please. And I was able to, and I knew it because I talked to her the other day. I knew exactly what the problem was. I told her and she was like, oh, yeah, that's what I did. Okay, now we can move on. So people need to know how to take their products. They need to be on that welcome call. And the other good thing is when we have happy customers and we have return customers, they get healthy, we hit our goals, guys. Imagine if every person that ordered from you kept ordering from you. It would explode, okay? I have so many people in my back office. Now, again, let's realistic expectations. We can only do what we can do. but this is how we do it. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is PLP. My favorite thing. We've already talked about it, but I'll give you a refresher. So this person, you did them a shout out post. They're all hyped. They're all excited. They got their group chat going on, so they know they have all this level of support. They have a welcome call. They feel confident. They're like, I know how to take these products. I'm going to rock it. Ask them for a shout out post. That's the first thing you do. Ask them. Every single person should give a shout out post for 2 reasons, okay? Accountability is going to increase their success rate in anything in life. If you're trying to do a healthy eating, if you're trying to do another diet, if you're trying to exercise, just putting it out in the universe for other people to know allows you to hold yourself more accountable. Even better if you have someone join you and say, oh yeah, I'll go to the gym with you. Okay, so we're helping them be more successful, and we're having them be happier with their products, and you're growing your business. Okay, it's super normal when you're in network marketing to feel like, oh, I ran out of people. I'm out of people. I got no one to talk to. If you follow PLP with every single person that you sign up, you will never, ever, 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 ever run out of people. So you're going to ask them for a shout out post. Now, the reason I put this after the welcome call is because your upline can do it for you. One of my favorite things to ask. And I already have my script line up. I just copy and paste it, or I'll do it when I'm talking to someone, going over their product. I can ask for you, and then it's not awkward. And it takes any insecurities that you have about asking people. I mean, we can work on that in another workshop, but if I can do it for you, let me do it for you. So on that welcome call, I can say, oh my goodness, now that you got your stuff, let's do a shout out post for Jackie because she's shooting for an iPad this month and she really needs help. And no one says no to that. They're like, you want an iPad? I'll do a shout out post for you. Go get your iPad, girl. You do it. So, so that is the first step, is asking for a shout out post. L, doing a live. You guys, most of you did a live tonight, okay? You know the feeling in your stomach. It can make you feel a little uneasy, but you can do it with them, especially on Instagram. You can go live together. Or what I love that Jackie has done is she will just go to their house and say, we're going to go live, and just literally do it right next to each other. So there's a way to do that. The reason we say to do a live is because it captures people's attention. I could have posted my testimony up there tonight, and people probably would have seen it. I would have got some comments and likes, but the people who are sitting there to actually listen to me talk, they hear my passion, they hear my authenticity, and it stops the scroll that I'm going to reach people that I wouldn't have reached in just a post. Okay. And then the last thing is a party. Most of you have been crushing it with planning parties. And even if you plan a party and no one orders, we plan another party. If you're able to just have 2 or 3 people come after every person you order, you are going to explode. We're literally seeing this happen on our greater team. So I know that is a thing. I'm watching Jackie literally explode because she is doing that. It is happening. It is working. Okay. So step 4 was PLP, increase your success rate, and it's going to grow your business. Okay. Now number 5 has a lot to it. And Allie and I had a really hard time narrowing it down. So I'm going to do the best I can. Did you just ask what PLP is?
I don't have my hearing aid on, so I was making sure it's PLP and not TLP.
Live party. Okay, good. We were about to have some words. Okay. Okay, so number 5 has a lot to it. So we tried to narrow it down the very best that we could. All right. And this comes down to your check-ins. Now, a lot of people feel a certain way about this. I've been trained multiple different ways about how you should check in, how frequently you should, how many questions you should ask, what are you looking for? And what I've kind of come down to is that is a lot for me to teach in a training. And I would rather teach you in a hands-on experience. And so that's why I'm almost going back to those group chats. Okay. So the check-in for you, what you need to prioritize in the very first month that someone orders, you should be checking in on them one time a week minimally. Now, there's a lot of other people who will say you need to do it every 3 days. If you want to check in on them more, that's cool. Go for it. If it's your best friend that you talk to every day, that's fine. But at minimum, you need to be reaching out to them one time a week to ask them if they are consistently taking their product. I always, when I do a welcome call, I let people know you're probably not going to see life-shattering differences in the first few weeks, but you will start to see small shifts. And those are the things that you can prompt. So the main thing is, are you taking your products every day? If they're not, we can provide tips and tricks to help them do that. That's when you pull in whoever's in the group chat. Be like, oh, well, Sarah isn't taking her products every day. Emily, do you have any tips on how she could get better at remembering them? And then I can put them out. And then as you learn, you won't need to ask me as much. You just take notes on as I'm going. But it was just too much for me to pinpoint every conversation today. Okay, so once a week. Now, after 1 month, before their subscription runs, that is important. We should be doing a check-in phone call. At that 1 month mark, if they have been consistent, we should do a check-in call, even if they haven't been consistent, because maybe those products just weren't realistic for what they were looking for. Or, you get some people who say that they really want to get overall healthy, but reality, they just want to lose weight right now. And so at that 1 month mark, we can check in, we can let them know that realistically, it takes 3 to 6 months for our body to start to change deeply. For the big results, we need to commit to 90 days minimally, but 3 to 6 months is ideal. However, you do always run into people who we just didn't get it right on the first shot. Maybe our recommendation wasn't the perfect pitch because they didn't tell you that they were diabetic, People are not always 100% transparent, but that's what we're going to learn about in that month. So before their subscription runs, we should do a phone call with them, product check-in. How are you loving them? What differences are you feeling? Or are we not loving this? Is it not working for you? Do we need to swap out another product? Okay. There is no reason that after 1 month, people should stop reordering unless it's like a true them thing. Okay. Unless they're like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm overwhelmed and I can't do it. I'm canceling everything. That happens. Okay. But if we are consistently checking in with them on a weekly basis, and we are setting them up for success, and we are troubleshooting when we need to, there is no reason that they shouldn't reorder that very next month. Okay. Let me make sure I'm here. Okay. So it gives us the opportunity to learn how to coach someone to success on their product. So the more you watch your upline do this, the more you'll learn, and the sooner you'll be running these check-ins with your downline. Okay. So it's going to be a learning experience altogether. Allie and I, especially, we've done so many trainings on how to ask the right questions, how to really dig deeper with people, how to shift things. And even there's times I don't know, and I call Amber. I literally just did this past week because I had a customer of my own who I was like, I literally am out of ideas. I don't know what to do with her. So, but again, that comes down to there is a whole team here to support your customers. Okay. So those are the 5 things. I hope that you wrote them down. You're going to add them to the team page with a shout out. You're going to start a group chat with your upline, whoever that may be. You're going to do a welcome call when their products arrive, PLP, and check in at least once a week, and then do a phone call before their next subscription run. Okay, so I actually did perfect on time. I wanted to have 5 minutes that I'm here to answer questions, clarify things if you want, but also I would love for you to just take a second if you're able to, and look in your back office, look at the people who you just signed up, okay? Like, we're starting fresh. Who did you just sign up in the past month? Their next subscription didn't run yet, okay? And self-assess. What did you do? What do you still need to do? So I'm open for questions for 5 minutes, or if you want to just get to working on that, that's fine too.
I have a question.
Yes.
So
is it what PLP is?
I promise, no. I was already embarrassed. I was like, oh gosh.
Oh, you're fine.
So obviously we all know OCD. Would it be beneficial to have maybe like whether it's a notebook or a spreadsheet that says, okay, this month I enrolled Emily, Jackie, Haldis, group chat, check, Facebook groups, check, shout out posts, check. So that way I know.
1,000%. That sounds great. Jackie, do you have any knowledge on something like that? Because I feel like I've seen you have that before.
Yeah, I have a spreadsheet.
Could you share it?
I will make a copy of it because mine is filled with my own personal people, obviously. So I will make a copy of it for you and like send a link. That way everyone can have a version of it.
You are the best. Thank you so much. Yes. So then okay, what did I skip this? And then, which is great, because if you realize, oh, I skipped this one thing with every single person, then we can have our own personal coaching about that and get to the root of that thought and figure out why that is a block. That was a good question, though. I think that's a great idea.
Or I skipped this one person in everything.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so true. All right, anyone else have a question?
Yes. What was the group on Instagram? I didn't get the name. I'm not even on that.
Clearly, we did not do our job. It's Life Ignited. Jack, can you type it in the chat?
Life is what?
Ignited. But I feel like it has like an underscore in it, right? Jackie is typing it for us. You're the best. There it is. At Life Ignited _
I just have to give a shout out about that group to Jackie, because obviously you guys all have a lot of people on Instagram, so that's something that she really like spearheaded and said we need to make sure that we have something on Instagram for those people. So there is a lot of stuff on there. There is stuff being put on there, and it's still like we're still learning as we decide how to best use it for people. But definitely if you have people who are only on Instagram, you definitely want to get them connected to that. And something Jackie always does is getting them connected to other people on Instagram, like through who to follow or whatever. So I think that's really important. Just a teeny tiny side note is that if somebody is only on Instagram, but then they do this as a business, they should really get on the Facebook page. Like if they really want to work this as a business, it's worth it to them to have a Facebook, even if it's just to be on the team page, So I just want to throw that out there because that's something if they're working business, they should do. But this Instagram is an amazing resource. So shout out to Jackie for really spearheading that and making it come to life.
Yes, I second that. Okay, then I'm going to wrap us up here, but legit, this is your homework, okay? Go back, look at everyone who signed up in February. Go through these 5 things, see where you're at, see what you've missed, and let's start filling in those gaps, because I know that March is going to be a huge rank up month for every single person on this call. And the best way to do that is to have phenomenal customer service. And this is how you start doing that. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time. I will talk to you in like 1 minute. Bye, everyone.